The most hyped wrestling match of the year could be taking place at Senior Nationals. I'm talking about Spencer Lee versus Nick Suriano. You got two of the biggest names in the wrestling world possibly meeting for a fourth matchup. They first faced off in 2012 at Super 32, where Nick Suriano ended up winning the first match, but Spencer Lee coming back the next year and avenging his loss. And their most recent meetup was in 2018, where Spencer Lee beat Nick Suriano in the NCAA Finals. Now, all those matches were folk style, this matchup is freestyle, and there has never been a dull moment in each of their matchups.
He's up, there's a takedown!
Let's talk about two of the biggest names in wrestling finally meeting again at Senior Nationals. So grab your G Fuel, use code Cayden to save 20% off, and let's dial up. So taking place on December 15th to December 17th is the 2023 Senior Nationals, also kind of known as the Olympic Trials Qualifier. Now for this event, you guys can watch this live on Flow Wrestling, linked in the description below. And guys, the matchup we're all talking about, Spencer Lee and Nick Suriano finally meeting. They have actually only met 3 times before. 2 of them were at Super 32 when they were younger in high school, and the final one was when Spencer actually won in 2018 in the NCAA Finals. And I'll tell you what, Nick Suriano is the most mysterious wrestler of all time. You can see from his Instagram, he always has 1 or 2 posts on there, and he's just a mystery, man. To be honest, I was talking with Crosby earlier, and he's like, yo, where does even Suriano train? I was like, dude, I have no idea. We know Lee's over at Iowa training with the Hawkeye RTC. We just saw Spencer wrestle at the Bill Farrell, where we saw Spencer winning versus Nico Megaludis. But now at the Senior Nationals, so the top 5 placers at the Senior Nationals get a bid for the Olympic trials. Now Spencer, he already qualified because he won the Bill Farrell, but he's looking to kind of block off a spot, which is actually, of course, pretty smart. But let's go dive back onto the Super 32 matches and see how they matched up. So now actually in this match, Spencer Lee is not even in high school. This is freshman high school Nick Suriano. He's actually the 19th seed in this one, and Spencer Lee was the 2 seed as an 8th grader. So this was insane. And Spencer off to his classic fireman's, getting the points there. And you can even see these guys wrestle still the same. It's still very similar from when they still wrestle today. Spencer getting locked hands call here, I'm sure that was pretty big. Almost gets back points on this. As you can see now, he's gotten so many pins in college from that position. It's crazy that these things, even worked for him back in the day too. But Spencer does an amazing job, rode down Suriano the whole period, got away fairly easily, a lot of shots, a lot of action in this match until Suriano gets deep on a single, cuts across, and ends up winning the match in their first ever meeting. So hats off to Nick Suriano on that first one. He was pumped up, and we can see here, he's already going to put down the single like we saw in the Who's Number 1, but he takes the first one. But now later, we get the rematch. This is the rematch between number 1 and number 2. Spencer Lee is 2. Nick Suriano is 1 going into here. I'll tell you what. It seemed like Spencer was pushing the action on the second meetup, shot after shot. And Nick Suriano only got 1 stall call, which I thought was absolutely atrocious calling. And I know it's high school wrestling, but in college, Suriano possibly could have gotten stalled out that match. We can see here later on how many times Spencer Lee shot him out on a match, but nonetheless here, Spencer's keep moving, getting out here, but Suriano being stingy and, keeping that score close in here. We can see Suriano with an underhook, even sometimes here too, it looked like Spencer, if Suriano just shot, Spencer could have got first shot for a stall call as well. But these videos were so long ago, so it's super cool seeing everyone kind of film on camcorders. You can see, that coach right there filming on an iPad at least, but these guys just on the attack. And this, I swear, if they meet up at Senior Nationals, it's gonna be insane. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Now, if you stick around, I'll give my pick on who I think is going to win the match and my overall prediction. But we can see Spencer Lee just riding Suriano, not being able to get a turn, but he has always been, an amazing top wrestler, even on the best guys in the country like Nick Suriano. Now, Suriano's still moving. He has to get up to win. There's no riding time, remember. This is high school. So now Spencer Lee dropping to the leg, actually dragging you off the mat, which is a really good play on him. But Suriano's going to escape. Now we got 1-1. Last period, takedown wins it. We can see Spencer pushing the pace here, just taking shots. Suriano backing up, heavy hands for both of them. This is high fireworks. Now we got Spencer, young Spence on on a shot here. Suriano stands him up, and there's the stall call. The first stall call of the match and the only one. Spencer's still fighting hard. It seems like just Suriano's just trying to weather the storm, putting his butt to center, which is great. Almost gets this drag opportunity, which could have ended the match possibly there, but Lee defends. Now we get called up here overtime. Suriano gets on a deep high crotch, lifts it up. Spencer almost floats over to that side, fighting that near ankle. He's going to keep sprawling, but Suriano is going to keep trying to get into that crackdown position. Now Spencer's coming up, almost getting into a crotch lock position here, but these guys both got to keep moving until Spencer comes around and gets the double. This was the revenge. Everyone's hyped up. The corner's hyped. Spencer is hyped. These guys are him. And then we'll go into their last meetup where Spencer ends up winning in Spencer's freshman campaign of nationals. So Spencer's on a 2-win streak versus Suriano, but in no means necessary is Suriano out of the count. At the end of the day, this is senior nationals. This is a spot to wrestle on, the Olympic trials qualifier where, of course, if you win that, then you're on the Olympic team to wrestle for the greatest country known to mankind, the USA, baby. And again, if you guys do want to watch this tournament, you can watch live on Flow Wrestling, linked in the description below. Now, personally for me, I got 2 duels this weekend, so I'm going to get a quick practice in, and after that, I'm dropping my prediction on who I have winning.
Good practice here. We did like a usual practice. Just felt really good today. That could be because my stamina is getting a lot better. Also, body was feeling just great from just not wrestling. So 2, it could have been I'm all caffeined up on some G Fuel right now. Snow cone actually. So that might be another reason. I'm just so dialed in right now. I'm also rocking these new shoes. They're kind of like how the Colettes were. They're actually almost exactly the same, except these are 3-point takedown. So the guy who runs it, actually Brock, shout out to Brock, are actually working on our own shoe release. So my signature shoe, which honestly is a dream come true. It's kind of surreal. Like, I just hasn't set in because I don't really have it yet, but also a Clash of Combat shoe as well. So our goal is to have the best wrestling shoe in the market, the most affordable, most accessible, and also the coolest, best colors. These are the Black Venoms from 3-point takedown. You actually can get them right now. I'll leave the link below. But I think biggest thing here for this week, we got 2 duels this weekend. We're currently 5 days off the first duel. What's cool about these weekend duels, it's 2 duels, one Saturday, one Sunday, but both at noon, which is a very interesting time, but it's like, 12-hour drive there to South Dakota from Wisconsin. And also I've been diving deep into my wrestling mindset. A lot of you guys might have heard of them before, but Gene is actually, the founder of it, and he's doing an amazing job with just helping me out and inviting me to these mastermind groups and stuff, and it's really, really beneficial. And also I think that's helping me out a ton, helping me stay focused on my goals and exactly what I can do at each opportunity of my day to better myself. But other than that, we're chopping wood and carrying water. So currently we're right after we just got a good lift in. I don't bring my camera to lifts because, I want to focus on the lift. There's a time and place to do YouTube and stuff. But for this time, I basically just got in here, filmed some reels. You guys can see here the shoes I'm wearing. These are definitely the coolest Wrestle Tee colorway they have released. These are the Wrestle Tee Glaciers. They're releasing December 9th at 6 p.m. Eastern time in 100 pairs. That's it. That's all they're doing. So these are going to sell out in literally 2 seconds. So if you guys do want a pair, I'll leave that link below. All right, who are we here with?
I'm Adam Husk, and I'm wrestling 56 to 62 pounds.
You got any shout outs?
Brady Glowacki, he was gonna be in my bracket, but it was like 59 to 70 some pounds.
Okay.
And I was at 58 pounds, so.
All right, I'll be in there.
Alrighty, so for the moment of truth, who do I believe is going to win the match? I'll start off with this. Both guys are absolutely phenomenal wrestlers, high caliber, high character individuals. Now, I might be a little biased, but I filmed some insane content with Spencer. He's been just a great guy. Super fun time every time we do stuff. And honestly, not even that, even if we didn't film any content, I would still have Spencer winning. Spencer's legacy in college wrestling did not live up to his 4 NCAA titles like he had hoped for. But what added on to his legacy was winning as many world and Olympic championships as he possibly could.
And what do you want the Spencer Lee legacy to be?
End goal is to win as many world, Olympic, and NCAA titles as I possibly can and physically can. Then hopefully leave a mark on the sport, grow it, and make it more popular than it was before.
And when he looked me in the eyes and said that, I got chills. So I believe if this rematch goes down again, I have Spencer winning. We'll see what happens. The tournament's going to be awesome. There's a lot of other great matchups. If you guys do want to watch it once again, you can watch live on Flow Wrestling, linked in the description below. If you guys did enjoy this video, please like the video and subscribe if you guys are new. Shout out to my patrons, and we'll see you guys next video.
Let me know if you on skate. Rollin' with a gang. Tully, man, you shade. Told it with a gang. 40 in my drink. Many